What if I told you that the perfect relationship you've always dreamed of could actually be a trap? Picture this. You meet someone who seems to be everything you ever wanted. They shower you with gifts, endless affection, and constant attention, calling you their soulmate just weeks after meeting. It feels like a fairy tale come true. But here's the chilling truth. What if all that love is a weapon, designed to manipulate, control, and ultimately destroy your sense of self? This is love bombing, a form of emotional manipulation that can trap you in a toxic cycle, leaving you feeling confused, insecure, and powerless. In this video, we're going to break down the psychology behind love bombing, why it works so effectively, and how you can recognize the red flags before it's too late. Understanding this manipulation tactic could be the key to protecting yourself and reclaiming your power. Let's dive in. What is love bombing? Love bombing is an overwhelming display of affection and attention that creates an illusion of intimacy. The manipulator doesn't want to build a healthy relationship. They want to control you. They rapidly accelerate the emotional bond to make you dependent on them, all while disguising it as love. Think of it like fishing. The love bomber is the fisherman, and you're the fish. They use irresistible bait, an idealized version of themselves, promising the perfect relationship. But the end goal is control, not love. Unlike genuine affection, which grows over time, love bombing is compressed and strategically timed, designed to latch onto you before your rational mind catches up. The manipulator's psychology love bombing often stems from a need for control. Behind it lies a deep-seated insecurity, often linked to narcissism or attachment issues. These individuals use love bombing as a way to prevent abandonment. They know how to target your vulnerabilities, becoming the person who seems to understand you better than anyone. They offer you validation and affection that feels real. But it's not about you. It's about them needing you to need them. This is why love bombing is so effective. It's not cold manipulation. It's a deceptive kindness that hooks you in emotionally, making you feel special and unique. However, underneath the surface, it's all about control. How the trap works love bombing creates a neurochemical addiction. Every compliment, every sweet gesture triggers dopamine, the pleasure chemical. This makes it incredibly hard to leave, even when you know the relationship is toxic. The manipulator also uses a technique called intermittent reinforcement, where attention and affection come in bursts, creating a powerful, addictive pattern. As the relationship progresses, love bombers establish trauma bonding. Intense affection alternates with withdrawal, leaving you feeling confused and desperate to regain the affection. Over time, they isolate you from your support network, making you more reliant on them for emotional validation. The more isolated you become, the harder it is to break free. The cycle of abuse. The cycle of abuse begins with idealization. Everything seems perfect. You're treated like royalty, and the future looks bright. But then something shifts. The love bomber starts devaluing you. They criticize you for things they once adored, making you feel worthless. This is followed by emotional withdrawal, gaslighting, and manipulative tactics designed to make you question your reality. The occasional return to affection is meant to keep you hooked, making you believe that if you try harder, you can get back to the perfect phase. But eventually, the love bomber will discard you when you no longer serve their needs, leaving you shattered and emotionally drained. The constant cycle erodes your self-esteem and makes it harder to trust yourself. The dangers of love bombing. The effects of love bombing are far-reaching. The first danger is the erosion of self-identity. In these relationships, you lose touch with who you are, focusing solely on meeting the manipulator's needs. This destroys your sense of self-worth and makes it incredibly difficult to trust yourself. The second danger is a breakdown in trust, both in others and in yourself. If someone who claimed to love you manipulated you, how can you trust anyone again? This deep-seated distrust can prevent you from forming healthy relationships in the future. Anxiety, depression, and PTSD are also common outcomes. the emotional roller coaster of love bombing, combined with gaslighting and isolation, can trigger severe mental health issues. The trauma bonding created by this manipulation makes it even harder to break free, as you're left feeling emotionally attached to someone who is harming you. Recognizing red flags. To protect yourself, it's essential to recognize the red flags of love bombing early. The first warning sign is excessive flattery and grand gestures that are disproportionate to your relationship stage. If someone is already calling you their soulmate or planning a future together after only a few weeks, slow down. Love bombers also move fast, often discussing major commitments like marriage or moving in together very early on. They want to lock you in before you have time to think critically. Pay attention to how they react when you set boundaries or spend time with others. If they become upset or guilt trip you, this is an attempt to isolate you. Another red flag is an overwhelming need for constant communication, with the love bomber demanding to know your whereabouts and what you're doing at all times. This isn't romantic, it's controlling. Breaking free and healing. If you're currently in a love bombing relationship or recovering from one, there is hope. The first step is education, understanding what love bombing is, and recognizing that you're not weak for falling for it. Love bombing works on intelligent, emotionally open people. It's a powerful tactic, not a reflection of your worth. Rebuilding your support system is key. Reconnect with friends and family, and seek therapy to help rebuild your sense of self. Establishing no contact, although difficult, is essential for healing. Every time you contact the manipulator, you reset your healing process. Healing isn't linear. There will be tough days, but with patience and self-compassion, you can rebuild your life. Focus on rediscovering who you are outside of the manipulator's influence. Love bombing is an insidious form of manipulation that masquerades as love, but is really about control and power. It systematically breaks down your self-worth and independence, leaving you feeling trapped. But recognizing the signs and understanding the manipulation behind it is the first step toward reclaiming your power. You deserve relationships based on mutual respect, not manipulation. If you've experienced love bombing, recovery is possible, and you can emerge stronger, more self-aware, and ready for healthy, genuine connections. Take care of yourself, and remember, you deserve a relationship that feels like home, not like walking on eggshells.